Good day, parents and perseverant pupils. We are so grateful to each parent that has entrusted their cherub, their darling student, to Miss Todd and myself. Today, we're going to take this opportunity to just introduce ourselves to you and welcome you to P3, Iris and Todd. Now presenting Miss Evelyn Toy.
Good evening, parents and guardians. My name is Miss Todd. I've been in the education system for the past 23 years, and I've worked at the primary level, the middle level, as well as the senior level. So I've been working with children for a long time, and I really enjoy working with children. And thus far on Zoom, your children have been amazing, and they make me want to work with them every day. I'm really enjoying it. Now introducing to you, Miss Iris.
Thank you, Miss Todd.
You're welcome.
I am Sophia Leora Iris, the first, the best, and the last. I have been teaching for 20 years. Here are some things about me that you might find interesting. I have enjoyed my experience in the Bermuda public system, teaching at Victor Scott School previously, and now I'm back. Here are 3 ways that you can contact myself. The school phone at 292-1787, Class Dojo, or feel free to email me at soiris@moed.bm. All right, so this is our why, ladies and gentlemen, parents. We at VSS, our mission is to cultivate and inspire each child to maximize his or her unique potential by providing enriching experiences in a compassionate and respectful environment. Children may forget what you say, but they'll never forget how you make them feel.
Okay, here are our classroom rules. We want students to be respectful at all times to the adults in the building, to the staff members in the building, as well as the children that are in our building. They should be kind to everyone. Every day they need to be ready to learn. They should work hard and always do their best. We want them to take risks because we promise our classrooms are safe places for your child to learn. And even if they don't know the answer, we will ensure that they still try and don't feel like even though their answer's wrong, we wouldn't acknowledge them and encourage them to continue to try. And lastly, we want them to dream big.
Yes, and pictured here in the corner are our core values, which are beautifully displayed in Miss Todd's P3 classroom: to be respectful, be responsible, be safe, and be ready to learn. Also, parents, we want to just remind you that at Victor Scott School, we are focusing on the Virtues Project. And last month, September, we focused on being courageous. And this month, we are focusing on being perseverant, which means keep trying, make goals, and do your very best. All right, here is our management plan, which will be displayed in both P3 Todd and P3 Iris. Students' names will be written on pegs, and they will have the opportunity to move their pegs up. We're hoping they're leveling up, just like our theme for this year. Game on, level up. So we're going to be encouraging them to level up in their behaviors and in their academics. If for any reason they should have to go down with their pegs, then there may be a consequence. Miss Todd would like to speak about the rewards that we're looking to implement in the classrooms.
So Miss Iris and I have decided that when students have earned 30 positive class dojo points, they will be given a prize from our treasure box, and they can choose whatever that prize is. And it's being given for, when they meet our standards, when they follow the rules, when they participate well, and when they ultimately do their best. So that'll be an encouragement for them to make good choices at all times. And then if they don't follow the school rules as well as we would like, then we may decide to keep them in at lunchtime, have a conversation with them. And if we really feel the need to, we would reach out to you and just let you know how we see the behavior going and what we feel we can do about it. But know this, that in order for your child to do well, it's going to take all of us, your child, your teacher, as well as the student, parent, and teacher, and we'll get it together and ensure their success.
Thank you, Ms. Todd. Moving right along to the homework policy. Ms. Todd, did you have something else to say? I'm sorry.
Sure. The primary 3 team is going to give homework once a week on a Monday. Our expectation is that all assignments will be completed by Thursday of that same week. If your child has any issues with any of the assignments in the packet, please send us an email. You can send a note, or you may leave a message on Class Dojo. But we do understand sometimes a child may have difficulty and want you to feel like they're being penalized, but just communicate with us and then they won't be in trouble if they don't understand a homework assignment.
Thank you, Ms. Todd. All right, expectations for students. We have 4 expectations for our students. 1 is that they arrive at school daily and on time. 2, we're asking that your pupil come to school with all learning tools needed. That is any writing tools like a pencil, also their homework assignments. If there is a book that they've been assigned and they need to bring it back the next day, all tools, etc. Also, we are asking that they bring and enjoy a healthy, packed lunch. As VSS is a water-only school, we are asking you to remember to include a reusable water bottle. Also, students, we're asking that you come ready to learn and take risks, remembering that our classroom is a safe space, as Ms. Todd mentioned earlier. Expectations for parents. 1, we are asking that you communicate with your scholar daily. When you sit at the dining room table, when you sit at the kitchen table, when you are bringing your loved one to school, just any time of the day when you're in the grocery store, please talk with your child. It will help them to talk to us, and that way we will know their thinking. So talk with your child regularly. Communicate with the classroom teacher as your first point of contact with any concerns. We are here for you. Both Ms. Todd and myself, we're moms, and we want you to feel like you can come to us. We are also your child's advocate, and so if you have any concerns, please come to us. Please review homework and read together nightly, including weekends. Sometimes when parents get assignments for reading, and they think that it's only on the weekdays, we're asking that you read to your child every day. A child that's read to gets a love for reading. Commit to making a 3-way partnership with your teacher, your child, and yourself. These are the expectations for students and parents.
Okay, now let's think about SBG, or standards-based grading. This is the method of grading that all schools in the Bermuda public school system are using. It is a 4-point scale, so your child will no longer be graded with a percentage or a letter grade. He or she will receive a score from 1 to 4. And the only other point I wanted to make with that is that sometimes a child may not get that 2 or that 3 right off the bat because we are working within the scale, and until the scale is complete, they would not attain that perfect 2. But I just wanted to make that point clear so that you're not panicking if you don't see a perfect 2 and you know the score is out of 2, because the grades are definitely going to be in process. And please know that your child will have multiple attempts at each item within the scale that they are required to learn. Okay, and finally, SBG breaks down each subject into smaller, measurable learning targets based on best teaching practice and culture.
Okay, here is the class schedule for P3 Todd when we are back in the building. Right now we are on remote learning still, hoping that we get back in the building soon. And this is the schedule for Miss Todd's class.
Sorry, wait.
Sorry, I can go back. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, guys, the main thing I want you to pay attention to is when they have gym, so that your child comes to school appropriately dressed. So on a Tuesday and a Friday, they have PE, but the remaining aspects of their schedule, you can feel free to peruse through at any time because it will be up on our class dojo.
And Tuesday and Friday are the PE days for primary 3. So it's also the same for P3 Iris.
Mm-hmm.
And here's a look at the student schedule for P3 Iris. Now, you parents and students have been doing a wonderful job, Miss Todd and I agree, on Zooming in the room at the right time and following the remote learning schedule. Please keep it up until we're able to see you in person. We cannot wait. Anything to add, Ms. Todd?
I was just saying the same thing, just looking forward to seeing the children in person, because on Zoom, I've really enjoyed it. This is the best Zoom experience that I've actually had. And the children make me want to Zoom every day because they're excited, they participate, and they're so engaged. So I want to thank you, their parents, as well as our darling children, because I'm going to call them our children because we're sharing them.
Awesome. I quite agree. Now, to take a look at ELA at a glance. Our first genre study is going to be personal narrative. We'll be studying this in both readers and writers workshop. We will be having guided reading, word study, grammar, and reading and writing strategies will be taught to your child, and he or she will have an opportunity to practice all of these skills. We've been doing many of these things already, and I cannot wait until we're able to get back into the building and do it in person.
Okay, in math, our overriding goal or focus for right now is place value. So students have been practicing reading and writing numbers to 1,000. We've compared 3-digit numbers. We haven't looked at near numbers yet, but that is also amongst the first things that they have to learn in math. And we also have not started rounding to the nearest 10 and to the nearest 100. But this is what our first group of information that we have to learn for math is. As the year progresses, I promise to keep you updated on what our next lot of math topics are, but these are the things that I want your students or your children, to be comfortable with for right now. Okay, as far as science is concerned, we've been looking at living and non-living things. So we just started today being able to sort the animals into groups, things like birds, mammals, fish, insects, reptiles, and amphibians. So at this point, they're starting to learn what are the characteristics, of those things, like the fact that birds fly and have feathers, that we are mammals and that mammals give birth to live babies, and that reptiles have scaly skin. So those are the kinds of things that I need for the kids to know as far as science is concerned. The other thing we looked at was the scientific method. So that's going to come up again later, but that's something that we studied like a few weeks ago. Okay, and finally, for social studies, we've been looking at Bermudian holidays, and the kids know so much already. So what I've also started to teach them is the difference between what a holiday is and an observance. And what they didn't seem to know much about quite yet was that our holidays have been influenced by the British people as well as Americans. So they're learning how we sometimes have like Thanksgiving and Independence Day or 4th of July, and they're not Bermudian holidays, but yet we still do special things on those days because of the influence of America. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Todd. Parents, we pray that you have enjoyed this virtual experience. We look forward to answering any of your questions that you may have. You may contact us via the school number 292-1787 or by leaving a message on Class Dojo. And I left out Ms. Todd's email, which is
evtodd@moed.bm. So the same as Miss Iris said, you can contact me via Class Dojo or my email address. But just know that contact me at any time, and I promise I will get back to you as soon as possible because you are important.
We look forward to seeing you. Bye for now.
Have a great year, guys. Bye.